Hi everyone, welcome to Homebrew Wednesday. Today we're going to make something. We're going to do a bit of a experimental batch. It's going to be, not sure the name of it, but I've sort of christened it either a Cam or a MaC-MaC, because MAC or CAM, but it's going to be a cross between a mead and cider, or melomel and sizer. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm going to go and get sanitising and washing the kit, and then I'll see you in a sec and I'll show you the ingredients and the kit that we're going to use. Cheers guys. Well, we're going to be making a one gallon batch, and this is the simple ingredients which we're going to need. That there, excuse the pointer, it's a kebab skewer, but hey, that's the way we roll on Homebrew Wednesday. That's honey. I'm gonna 1.2 kilos of cost of that. It's probably equivalent of 4 jars of that size. One of those is a Polish raspberry syrup, Malina as they call it. Gonna need half a litre as well of apple juice, and then probably somewhere about 3 litres of water. Now my sort of tap water in my part of the world isn't fantastic. That's why I tend to use basic supermarket water for brewing. And we'll be back in a sec and we'll show you what hardware we've got as well. Cheers guys. Right then, as far as hardware goes, we've got one gallon demijohn, dinky funnel up at the top. We've got a airlock, hydrometer, turkey baster just so we can take an OG measure, and then a little beaker just to keep it all in. In the little egg cup there, I've just got some wine yeast that's hydrating up at the moment. Right, first things first, our honey that we looked at earlier on, best thing to do in order to make it pourable is to pop it into some warm water for about 10 minutes, otherwise it ain't going to pour. So we'll come back in a sec and we'll get pouring. Welcome back everyone. Now all I would say is on pouring the ingredients in, always use a funnel, otherwise it goes everywhere in your kitchen. But anything that's goopy or sticky, pour that first, because your liquids like your water and etc., your apple juice, will sludge it down. So we'll get the first one poured in. As you can see, that's quite gloopy. I think you get the idea, don't you, of that pouring in. I think I'll put it on pause and come back in 2 minutes, otherwise I'll be using up 4 hours of footage of you for you of just some honey soaking through a funnel. So come back in a sec guys, and I'll put all of the honey in there, and then we'll get cracking on some more ingredients. Cheers. Now it's near impossible to ever get all of the honey out, so just put yourself an inch of water in, give it a good old shake like that. Who misses, and then pour that into your demijohn, and naturally do that for each of the jars that you might have kicking about. Up next we're going to add our raspberry Polish Malina syrup. There's 440ml in that bottle right there. Just going to quickly show you something on the top. Just going to take that top off like that, see if that shows up well or not. Where are we? There we are. It's like a crosshead on that. Whip it out with a knife, otherwise you'll be standing there till Christmas trying to pour it out. Back in a second guys. We're going to put that in there. The Malina's in the demijohn, then a bit like what we had with our honey, pour a little bit of water into the bottle, give it a damn good shake, hi matron, and then pour that into there. So I'm going to add in half a litre of apple juice. This is just basic supermarket stuff, and naturally you can use what you want, but for this purpose this will do the job. About half a litre, that is going to go in there, and then we're going to give it a damn good shake for probably about 5 minutes, just so everything can have a nice mix. So back in a tick. Right, after that damn good shake, next thing to do is to top it up with some water. Now what I tend to do is to top it up to about there, and the reason for that is when you get the initial explosion of the yeast and the fermentation, you can get the old dreaded blowouts. So by doing it to about there and then leaving it for say 48 hours even 72 hours, and then topping it up with water, and again giving it a damn good shake to the top, it eliminates your risk of a blowout. Right, let's get some water in it. Right, well, I've just taken a hydrometer reading for the opening gravity, and I know it's not the best camera angle, but you might be able to just see the line underneath. That is 1.120, so it will get a little bit diluted, of course, when we top it up in a couple of days, but we'll take that as our OG and then adjust accordingly. Right, time next to whip in. Is that going to refocus for us? Hopefully, but we're going to pop the yeast in, and also a teaspoon of yeast nutrient. Chuck the airlock on with a little bit of water in for good measure, and then we'll leave it. So back in a sec. Right, what I've done is I've put in the yeast nutrient and also the yeast. I've given it a damn good shake as well. I always find it helps with 1 gallon batches anyway, just to help it get started a bit. Otherwise, oh, hang on a second. Hello? No, I haven't got a copy of Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley. Okay, bye. Sorry about that, everyone. Right, that's had a damn good shake up. That looks good to go to me. Let's put that airlock in, and then back in a sec. And that, guys, is pretty much the finished article. So colour-wise, you can just see, you can see the yeast in there at the moment, but I'm not sure if it really shows up all that well in there. But that's like a nice deep blood red colour, that is. Now, hopefully that will start fermenting later on this evening. And what I'm going to do is pop a little cover over it as well, just keep a little bit of initial warmth in. And after that, well, hopefully within 48, 72 hours, I'm just going to top it up to the neck with some water. Otherwise, as mentioned earlier, we're going to get the old infamous blowout, and it will go all over the ruddy kitchen when then Mrs. Brewbear will be doing a nut. So won't be a sec, guys, back in a minute. And that's it, we're done. I'm going to leave that in there for probably 8 weeks, and then I shall rack it and then leave it till probably Christmas time, to be honest. And then we'll go for there. So thank you very, very much for watching, everyone. Happy Going Brew Wednesday to you all, and I will look forward to seeing everyone else's vids go up over the course of the next few days. Cheers, guys. Be seeing you.